Hi there, it's John from Commercial Real Estate Online. Welcome to the program. This is the show where I like to share tips, tools, and ideas on YouTube for commercial real estate agents around the world. So welcome. Of course, our website is commercial-real-estate-training.com, and you can always get plenty of ideas there to help you with your brokerage activities, sales, leasing, or property management anywhere around the world. And indeed, the audience there is large, so welcome. Now, in today's program, I'm going to take you down into part 2 of some prospecting ideas, particularly to create new listings. I'd like you to look at, obviously, the program number 1, and then this is the program number 2 to continue from that. This will give you specific ideas to use in your real estate business to capture those ideas, those clients, those listings that you really want in this new property cycle. So let's get on with the program, and I'll show you the slides, and of course, you can go to our website and subscribe for the show notes if you want to get a copy of the slides and the show notes to help you. So let's get on with the program. I'll catch you at the other end. So prospecting for new listings. It's a big thing, of course. Agents and brokers should have a system of prospecting for new listings because listings don't just sort of come in the door. It's all a process, a system. And if every agent has a system that works for them, then things happen. Of course, if they don't have a system, that's where things become very random. Listings and clients become also very random, and that's not what you want. Plenty of listings are out there in any property market, in any town or city. So take these ideas and use them. So let's get into this second batch of slides regards how you can win more listings, how you can be more relevant to the people that are your clients or could be your clients in your location. So let's go further. So a blueprint for commercial real estate today. What does it look like for you? Are there some ideas there that you can work with and use in your real estate day? Look at these things. Number 1, get to know plenty of local people, business owners and investors. That is indeed the bread and butter in commercial real estate. If you're looking to get anywhere in commercial real estate, then that is the way to do it. Get to know those 2 channels of opportunity, business owners and investors, in a meaningful way, and that is a relevant way. Of course, you can be any agent like everybody else in your town or city, but being meaningful is doing things that are useful, are thought-provoking, are good for the clients that you serve. So from that first point, you go to the second point, which picks up on the idea of being relevant. Provide valuable property information in usable form to establish your brand at a personal level. Now, your brand is you, yourself, your intelligence, your experience, your knowledge, your relevance as an agent in a location. So you do actually have to brand yourself, and being relevant is a very big part of that. If you're not relevant, if you're not doing that extra step in making yourself special for the people that you help, then of course they won't remember you. So engage with quality information that people can use. That will be some charts, some statistics, some photographs, reports, that sort of thing. Your town or city, that's what you do. Number 3, look for the changes to property locally and ask questions of the locals. So information is valuable. Look for the changes. That might be an empty building. It might be a business that's looking to change location. Perhaps there's some obvious visual change in the way in which the business is operating. Ask questions. So change and churn is out there, of course, in this property market because it is a changing market for the next couple of years, and you can be part of that change. I would encourage you to be part of that change. So from that third point, it goes to item number 4, which is so important. It's taking action every day to a plan and recording progress with calls, contacts, meetings, referrals, and clients. Now, most agents struggle with this whole thing. Just taking action is something they don't do enough of. They know what they have to do. Maybe they're too busy. That's interesting. Maybe too busy doing things that they shouldn't be doing. So taking action is important at the high level stuff. And that will be engaging with people. That is conversations. It's meetings. It's going to the next level, providing information, getting in front of people. So as I've said here, action is 80% of the brokerage equation. 80%. action. When you do that, you get somewhere, you can move on. And that's what you want in brokerage. Let's go to the next idea here. So here are some tips to help you with your prospecting processes. I would encourage you to think about these things and what you're doing or not doing with these particular items. Number one. Now, I'll put this as item number one because it suggests that the commercial real estate industry is built around local businesses and business people. Indeed, it is. It is the business people that occupy premises and pay the rent. Without those people, the property owners, the investors, will struggle. So it's actually at the business people, the business level, the businesses locally, where you start to know what's going on. When you know those people, what they're thinking, what they're doing, where they're moving, why they want to move, what their businesses are doing, all of those things. If you're struggling with momentum today, start with the local business people. That is every business owner in your precinct, in your suburb, in the location, in the buildings. Ask the business people what they're doing, thinking, and potentially going to consider over time. Ask them about their property needs when it comes to occupancy, change, that sort of thing. Because they will tell you they are business people. They're not afraid to talk. So when you know about business people, your value to the investors that you serve becomes a lot higher. Going a bit further, starting your career, you can get a lot of information from local business proprietors. Now, most agents just forget about local business proprietors. They think that they should be talking to investors. And I get that point, but it's not the only point out there. There's two sides to the commercial real estate coin. On one side, the investors that own things or want to own things. On the other side, you've got the local business proprietors, those people who occupy. Without them, there will be no rent. And some of those business proprietors actually own the properties that they are in. So that's a good thing as well. The next point. So those business people will be excellent sources of leads and opportunities. So here's a challenge for you. Each day, talk to at least 10 to 15 business people as part of your prospecting process. How do you do that? Well, the easiest way to do it is to lift the telephone, have conversations as part of your call prospecting process. So you can make your calls to investors. I get that. But when you've done that, get on the phone and talk to local businesses. And how do you get their phone numbers? It's so easy. The yellow pages online. Just keep organized, know where you've been, know who you talk to, and just keep moving on. So item number 2 is the logical one. Property investors are on the lookout for quality properties and or future investments. So as you identify these people, your ongoing relationship with them should be nurtured for the opportunity and the situation where you can help them. Can you help them? Of course you can. You're a real estate agent. If you've got the knowledge, you've got the skills, you've got the strategies, the recommendations, all of that. When you think about it, those investors need your help. So engage, talk to them. In many respects, some of these investors are in contact with many agents at any one time. I get that. So a good investor will know 3 or 4 agents, and maybe one of those agents very well. So how are you going to handle that? For this very reason, your relationship needs to be stronger, more productive than those other agents that are out there. To become more relevant to the people that you serve, the investors, think about that relevance that you bring to them. Maybe it's certain marketing strategies. Maybe it's a very good qualified database list. Within all of that, you can do so many things. Maybe you've got certain reports, charts, maps, anything you can put together. Graphs are very good as well to show the trends of prices, rents, incentives, all of that supply and demand type thing. That's what you do. Let's go to item number 3. Now, property owners will always be a target from a new business perspective, and I get that. That's the way most agents think. So you do need to know property owners, and that takes a degree of research. So the fact of the matter is that some property owners are hard to connect with, hard to find. In many situations, the true owner of the property is hidden within a company structure or a property trust. So how do you find them? Well, it's a matter of being diligent, consistent, and an ongoing research process. That's where your spreadsheet and your checklist process will take you through many different investigations to get to the true owner of the property. And indeed, perhaps the easiest way to find the owner of the property is to do a research of the title. But if there's not enough information there to help you, like a company that is limited as to the information you can work with, then ask the tenants. It's that easy. Next, getting to the required person can be frustrating. I've said that, but I've also said that you can have a research process. So that research is there. It needs to occur, and it's part of prospecting for each and every commercial salesperson. When I say a salesperson, I mean those of us in the game, in commercial real estate, sales, leasing, property management, office, industrial, and retail. That's what it is. And I hope that you specialize within that framework. So set yourself some simple benchmarks in regards to contacting these people and building the relationships. I go back to the point here, and I don't want you to forget it. Finding the people can be hard. It can be time consuming. It can take you days, weeks, months to get to the owner of a particular parcel of land, building, whatever. Be prepared for that. It's not a problem as long as you stay organized and you are prepared to talk to people. There's someone out there who actually knows who owns that property. Someone is there. How do you find them? Ask questions and keep asking questions. If you can get the name from the title, well, that's good. If you can get the name from the company search, that's fine. But if you're struggling with the information, keep going. Keep organized. Keep spreadsheets with information that you have gleaned in the investigation for a particular property. And at some point through that investigation, you'll get to the point and you'll say, yes, I know who it is now. And then you'll open the door for a conversation. And real estate is all about conversations. Let's go to the next one. Item 4 is checking out the significant local properties and the local businesses. So in any town or city, precinct, suburb, whatever you work within, there'll be certain people, there'll be certain buildings that you should engage with. So those buildings, those people should be entered into a prospects list and networked over time. And maybe these people are the owners of the large companies, or the owners of the large buildings, or the best buildings, or the quality buildings. Maybe they are the best businesses locally. So I get the point that I've mentioned earlier. I'll put it up here again. It may be some time for you to connect with the right person and or get the necessary meeting. So what is the message here? Persistence is the key to getting results that you require in brokerage today. The best agents are persistent, organized, they take action every day, they keep on track, they have their plan. So these 4 things, I want you to think about them. I've just been through them, but there's a lot of work there. I know that. But when you think about it, commercial real estate has a great amount of reward for the agents that get organized. So let's look at getting organized. I'll put this chart here for you to consider. It's the competitive advantage in brokerage. This particular chart, by the way, I put online for the people that subscribe to my newsletters. So if you want this chart, just subscribe to the website and you'll get this chart plus many others. So I've got 6 different categories here for you. I'd like you to think about these as you consider your competitive advantage. Direct area coverage. That is your area, not a big area, but a limited area that you can work with. Within that zone, you'll have the business owners, the tenants, and the investors. And from that, you'll start targeting people. Buyers, tenants. How are you going to approach them? That there is a strategic approach that applies to this one here. Now, of course, when you find a listing, you've really got to think about the best methods of sale or lease. Pricing, maybe auction, expressions of interest or tender. Be the best choice when it comes to the best methods of sale or lease. Don't just list something. Be very selective and indeed take on listings exclusively. I'm not a big fan of open listings for many reasons. You probably are aware of why open listings are generally a waste of time. The next point here is the method of marketing. Some methods of marketing will always be better than others. Online, offline, direct. When you've got a listing, a lot of direct marketing should go on, and that is telephone calls and dropping in brochures. The direct database method of marketing is very useful. If you're growing your database every day by talking to people That database becomes valuable to you when it comes to promoting listings to the right people at the right time. So think about a list of people to inspect things and then go to your database and find them. Of course, when you talk to people, provide examples of success from your database to the people that could list with you and talk about strategy. A listing today is all about strategy, recommendations that you provide. The last point is this one, a timeline to campaigns. This is a changing market, and I want you to think about being very special with your campaigns. Unique campaigns, not just something that's generic. Any agent can do a generic campaign. Be special, be real, be deep, be wide. Capture the things that have to occur. And you'll see the 3 points there. The stages of promotion, the media coverage and depth. It's seasonal and it's strategic, as certainly it is. So a campaign to promote a property for sale or for lease is usually 6 to 8 weeks. And during that time, you dig deeply. You engage with people comprehensively. And that's how it works. So that's the competitive advantage in brokerage. Think about those things. Think about what you can do. Take those 6 things and do more with it, particularly when you're trying to get somewhere with your listings that you have won. So when you look at all the ideas that I've given you here, the key to prospecting for new listings today, of course, is talking to people. But prospecting doesn't need to be complex. It simply needs to be done. And when you establish your own prospecting system and merge it into your time management processes, that is indeed your diary, you will find the property market will open up with opportunity that you need. The opportunity is always there. People are always there. They need your help. Certainly some people don't really want to engage with you, and that's fine. Become comfortable with the fact that some people will say, no, thank you. You simply move on. Your success as an agent today is all about your prospecting systems, where you can go, what you can do, how you do things. Many things to think about there. I would encourage you to take on board these ideas. Now, the website for us is commercial-realestate-training.com. So they are the slides today. Many ideas as part 2 of prospecting for listings to becoming more relevant in what you're doing in your location, sales, leasing, or property management, office, industrial, or retail. Be very relevant. Be prepared to be different. Provide recommendations. Don't be generic. In this market, you cannot be generic if you want to win listings. So visit our website at commercial-realestate-training.com. Use these ideas. They are beneficial to you. I'd like to help you there with things that can take you forward in your brokerage business. So this is John Hyman, signing off for now. I'll catch you again very soon online.